This is what they are trying to put it in some ways that it can go out of the body as a unit. The soul-mind complex goes out of the body. And when it is outside, it has no limitation of the body, that it is like an expanded thing. It's everywhere. But it has a special quality. So it's another person have a completely different quality. So this quality is that person. Now that light has a special quality in it, and the quality stays outside. And that is spread everywhere also. Because it is light, it is not confined to body or anything. So it is liberated from the body, but not liberated from the mind, so it stays outside. It has the sense of perception, but it has no possibility to respond, because no body is there. Body is gone, but it has, that impression is there. And then it is spreading everywhere, it is there, but it cannot fulfill because the content is there, but no body. Unless there is a body, that by the experience that person was having in this world, he knows that without a body, nothing can be possible. And so, but it wants to have a body. One body he had, but he has not fulfilled. And now he is looking for another body. And then he is looking for a body. So he understands that, and some liking comes to, this consciousness is looking to the world for getting his body back. So he is looking to some people whom you have some attraction or some liking or some familiarity or some attraction, and you are looking. You can see everything. And the perception is very broad, that some similar circumstances which you are longed for, in that area your perception goes. And so there may be a man and a woman, and they are a couple. And as you have a liking and feeling that they can release my body. So it is believed in the system that the soul-mind complex contact these people. And there is no proof in all these things. Contact these people. And when, because the purpose of the soul-mind complex is just for liberation and fulfillment. So this contact that happens with the couple, they also get into a feeling of getting stirred for fulfillment. And sex is a mode for fulfillment, because they forget everything at the climax of that. And so when the contact comes few times, and then they get a feeling between each other, and then they share the body, the basic unit of the body. And that is what this soul-mind complex wants. And so the what you call the chromosomes of the mother and the father is dictating, and the combined position dictate the nature of the person, how he looks like, how the eyebrow should be, how the ear should be, how the nose should be. Everything is designed in that coded information of sperm and ovum. So when they combine together, they lose their separate identity, and a new identity is born. And with this new identity alone, the person can work. The person who has already left the body identifies that this is my thing. So his intent works in this body. It is not entering or anything, but they believe it is entering the base body, and then it starts to grow there. And as this content, the soul-mind complex, grows there, and it is getting new information from the external world, sensations like heat, cold, all these things which is there in the body of the mother, as information it comes. On the way, then the brain development comes, and the brain cells are developing. All the information that is coming will be storing there when the brain development happens. And then it stays there some months, nearly 10 months stays there, and the infant is full grown, And then a lot of information has come up inside already, and the baby is going to be born, and then the baby comes out. When the baby comes out and the baby takes the first breath, there are different views in karmic theory, and some schools they believe that this is the moment at which the soul of the child gets into the person gets into the body of the small one, the first breath. There is other schools they believe, some other schools they believe that everything that you have been doing in this life, and for that you needed energy, you interact with the nature, you ate a lot of food, so many things you have done. So as you were living here, you are creating some vibration in the world, and everything that goes inside your body also comes out by way of sweating or heat change or breathing out. And so it goes to the world, and the plants take your carbon dioxide that you put out, and then they cook food. And this food, when it is consumed, slowly like that, your body is formed in the mother's body. Then another school believes that at the month of 7, the soul gets into. And some other schools, they believe that at the time when the sperm and ovumes fuse together and they lose the separate identity and become one unit, a new identity, that's the time the soul enters there. There are many ideas. These all people are saying their own speculations, and they are creating some story form. And then the person is growing as a fetus there, and then one day it comes out. And when it comes out, he is exposed, that infant is exposed to millions of information, and all those information the child cannot take. So that is screened actually. Vision is very little, 1.5 feet, maybe maximum 2 feet vision. And predominant is the sense of smell. And sense of touch is also predominant. But sense of vision is very low. And hearing is also not very sharp. And then slowly the system is growing and the capacity is increasing. Thereby, all the information the child cannot take, if all the information in which the child is exposed all of a sudden, then the child cannot take, he damages his brain. And so slowly the capacity is increasing, information is coming, and it goes inside. On top of the earlier information with which he was born or he came with. So now, on top of that, new information are added. So it goes like that. Before the child gets a language, millions of information coming inside the memory. And so now it's a big group of memory, like a big lump of memory there. So when the child even is able to talk, by the time all the information that came now and the earlier information, they get mixed up. Thereby the child cannot understand for what he came in this world. And so there is a confusion. So but the child will show his deeper instincts. Each and every child shows different behaviors from the very beginning. So they believe that this behavior pattern is coming from the previous information which he has. And the baby grows. On the way, new and new information are coming that the baby may not be able to understand, able to recognize the information with which he came to fulfill it. As he is exposing to new circumstance and he is behaving accordingly, but the deeper instincts are there from the earlier content. And then if a person is looking at it, he can see, but children are not able to look, and nobody trained them to look. And thereby, the new life that is started will be the life that is going on, and the other thing the content which is there already existing is not known. But the instincts and the behavior pattern and the vasanas, the special attitudes, are very different. And those attitudes show who the person was in the previous life. This is their idea. And then when the child is growing like this, the old instincts will be shown. Because he don't know why this infant, when it is growing, is showing this kind of behavior, because it is driven partially by the earlier content. Now a lot of content is added on top of it. So everything is a mix. But the instincts are working. Instinct in the sense I mean, it is the driving force which came to the person as the cause of the birth of the person, which has a connection with the previous content. So we don't know why we are doing all these things. So how to understand the karma of a person? This is how we are born. In the karmic theory, it is believed that we are being born to finish the karmas. Until you finish the karmas, you will be reborn again and again like this. So they say like 86 lakhs times, you are going, million times you are going to be born again and again. It's just the stories there. Many different schools say so many different stories. But if a person wants to see what is his innate content, very deep, born with content, and then there is a possibility.